Hi, I'm Marilu. I'm 66 years old, and I've been a nurse in the Philippines for like almost 3 decades, like 28 years. And I am now working in USA for almost 2 years already. Ulila na ako sa ina at age 3. So, ang namulatan ko lang na magulang, yung tatay ko. I witnessed how my father worked so hard for our family. Sabi ko, tatay, huwag po kayong mag-alala, iaahon ko kayo sa kahirapan. I will become a nurse someday para may mag-alaga sa inyo. Yun ang unang pinangako ko sa tatay ko. So, nag-aral akong mabuti hanggang nag-high school ako. Pero nag-iiba pala yung goal mo pag nasa high school ka na. May dagdag na yon. Yung hindi na lang mag-aalaga ka dun sa tatay mo o yung family mo, may dagdag na yon. I want to be a nurse because I want to have or earn green money. Nung bago ako mag-intern ng nursing profession, nabuntis ako. And that was the first failure of my dad. Sabi ko, tatay, buntis na ako. Hindi ko na maaalis yun. I have to make sure na buhay yung anak ko. Pero hindi ko kakalimutan yung pangako ko sa inyo. And then, nagkaroon ako ng anak 5. Okay, nagtrabaho naman ako sa Pilipinas, pero it's not enough. It's not enough para buhayin mo yung 5 anak mo. My husband is an engineer. He worked in a bank. Hindi still sapat yun para matumbasan mo yung pangangailangan ng 5 anak mo. I raise hogs, poultry, basta ginawa kong lahat para mapabuti ko lang yung lagay ng mga anak ko. Ibig sabihin nun, nakalimutan ko, naisantabi ko yung pangarap ko. Nakalimutan ko yung pangarap ko sa tatay ko pansamantala, pero at the back of my mind, naandun pa rin, may pangako ako sa tatay ko eh. And then, 2009, naging okay na lahat yung mga anak ko, nag-graduate na sila. So, nagkuha ako ng NCLEX. I took my NCLEX and fortunately, naipasa ko din. So, sabi ko, I think this is the time for me to fulfill my dreams. 2011, nagkasakit yung asawa ko. So, still, hindi ko na naman, naisantabi ko na naman yung pangarap ko. Nakalimutan ko na naman yung aking pangarap para sa sarili ko. I have to take care of my husband. I have to take care of my husband. And then, 2015, pumunta kami ng Canada, namatay siya doon. My life was shattered into pieces, and it was so hard for me to pick up the pieces para maging buo ang sarili ko. But then, sabi ko, sige na, mabangon ako. I still can. Nasa tono pa ako. Kaya ko pa to. Yung tatay ko namatay ng 2016. So, ibig sabihin, namatay siya nang hindi ko natupad yung pangako ko sa kanya. Napakasakit. Dahil namatay siya, hindi ko natupad yung pangarap ko eh. So, parang wala na yung asawa ko, wala na yung tatay ko. So, wala na akong pangarap maging nurse. Hinihintay ko na lang kung anong cut ng Diyos sa akin. Hinihintay ko na lang. Until like, I think 2021. Yeah, 2021 nung nakilala ko sina Mike Austria, Greendoor family, na may nag-refer sa akin na pamangkin ko rin, si Marian. Sabi niya, Auntie, will you please try to apply? No, I can't do it anymore. I'm like 64 years old already. Who wants me with this age? Auntie, here in America, there is no age limit. As long as you can, I trust you, I believe in you that you still can. I came here as tourist and the Attorney Carmen did the adjustment of status. And it's only for like 8 months. Lahat. Okay. Ang ganda ng Greendoor. Walang stop. Tuloy-tuloy yan. At ang ganda ng pakikisama nila sa mga clients nila. I thought of quitting because I was thinking I cannot do it. But the strong desire that I have, the determination and the tenacity of being a nurse here in USA, is very strong. Nasa system ko na yan. Payo ko sa mga old age na kagaya ko. Huwag kayong matakot maging kagaya ko. Hindi pinagbabasehan ang edad. Hindi pinagbabasehan ang edad. I think I still don't have plans for retirement. As long as I can, as long as nursing is still in my heart, and if God will gonna tell me to stop, then I'll stop. But for now, I have no plan of retiring yet.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are joining us online, wherever you are in the world. My name is Julie. I am your host for today, live here in Cebu. And welcome to Kumustahan with Greendoor. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. What a wonderful video that we had, very inspiring. And even more so later in our session. So we're so grateful for all of you for joining us in our Kumustahan session. So maybe a few of you, we have new guests who's joined. Kumustahan with Greendoor is our way to reach out with our Greendoor nurses and our guests to join us in this nursing community where, of course, in Greendoor, you are in safe hands. You know, in Greendoor, we do what we do with passion and with heart. And so we're so excited for all of you to join us. Continue to invite your guests in our session for today. And if you joined us in our session in July, you know that this will be a very insightful session. And since this is the first week of December, this session is not just going to be insightful, it is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because I think by now you've seen our posts on Facebook. Yes, that's right. We have raffle prizes to all our Greendoor nurses and also to our event guests. Can I see heart reactions or mga whatever reactions you have there with that exciting news? Do we see that right now? So please stay in our session, the whole session. Not only is it gonna be insightful, it's gonna be exciting because you might be a lucky winner. So it's going to be a great session tonight. You'll learn a lot. Trust me, what I heard earlier today, I'm not a nurse myself, but my goodness, I learned a lot. And if I were a nurse, I would definitely be reaching out to Greendoor. But enough of that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. As you can see right now, nag-level up din ako, no? Kasi maganda yung kasama ko. Hindi pwede, hindi naka-makeup tong kulot na to. Yung nose line ko nawawala, pero nilalaban ko talaga to. But ladies and gentlemen, I am with our main guest speaker today. She came all the way from California. Perhaps most of you know her, Heart Reactions, for those who are familiar with this beautiful lady beside me. But for those who are new, our new guests joining us in our Greendoor family, allow me to introduce our main guest speaker and co-host for today. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from California, she came here to do this Kumustahan with all of you because this is going to be a great session. This beautiful woman right here is a highly accomplished nurse with 19 extensive years experience in nursing internationally. 17 of those years at acute bedside setting, and the last 2 years contributed significantly to the Greendoor nursing community, where she plays a crucial role in screening nurses and as a mentor in preparing RN candidates for employer interviews. So for those our Greendoor nurses, you definitely know this beautiful woman. For the newbies, this will be a woman who you will be seeing frequently throughout your nursing journey. Ladies and gentlemen, our Chief Nursing Officer in Greendoor, Nurse Joanne Austria. Nurse Joanne, thank you so much for joining us, Miss Joanne.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight. Julie, thank you for that very, very wonderful introduction. Oh, I'd love to be introduced that way too many times, but yes, Julie, you look beautiful yourself, and thank you for joining us at our event tonight. And I know that you have been part of the last event that we did here with Attorney Carmen. So I know that a lot of people also enjoyed, your presence, and we want to make sure that we continue to have you on. So once again, thank you, everyone. And yes, I have come in from California, and I'm here in Cebu at the moment, and I'm very, very happy to have met the Cebu team, and also, got to hang out with Julie. And we are doing another segment today for a Kamustahan event, which means that we will be providing you with a lot of information, a lot of insights, and a lot more news about what it's like to work in the U.S. healthcare setting. So we will be having a couple guests tonight that will give us all this information. It's quite a common question that we get from our nurses. So hang in there, because once again, within the next hour or so, we're going to make sure that we're going to be jam-packed with a lot of information on those two settings that we're going to be discussing with you tonight.
Thank you so much, Miss Joanne. That is very important that Miss Joanne is here with us, because as she mentioned, today's session, we will be talking about U.S. healthcare settings, hospitals, and skilled nursing facilities. Ms. Joanne explained to me earlier, the skilled nursing facilities is actually unique to the United States. That's right, Ms. Joanne.
Yeah, it's more predominant in the U.S. Like, I have worked here in the Philippines. I've worked in most of my career in Australia. We don't really have a lot of skilled nursing facilities, but in the U.S., it's one of the biggest facilities that we can encounter. So that's why we are discussing it tonight in our segment.
That's right. So I know all of you are eager to learn about the experiences, the stories, and perhaps you have some questions in mind. Please do not hesitate to put it in the chat box. We have our team looking into your questions. We'll definitely answer them as soon as we can. And of course, we'll have a panel discussion later. But before that, of course, joining us today, a very important person as well in Greendoor, who will be officially welcoming us in this session. He is a dedicated, of course, our Greendoor nurses know this gentleman very well. And to our guests, allow me to introduce again. Okay, a dedicated entrepreneur with an extensive nursing experience. Ladies and gentlemen, with all that you've listened to in the video earlier that they said, the Greendoor experience is a wonderful experience. Trust me, this guy, he is responsible for making sure you, Greendoor nurses, have good employers for all the Greendoor nurses and also our applicants. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce, for our welcoming remarks, the Vice President of Greendoor Global, Sir Mike Austria. Hi, Sir Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Julie. Good morning. Hi, Joanne. How's Cebu, by the way?
I think Sir Mike, perhaps?
Can you hear me? Hello? Hey, how are you, Greendoor? How are you, world? It's been amazing, huh? How are you, Julie? Ang ganda naman. Beautiful energy. Ang ganda ng setup ninyo. Hi, Joanne, our nursing director. I just want to welcome everybody. You know, we come a long way. Is Attorney Carmen in the house? I saw Camille and Therese, and I saw Dr. Patrick. Dr. Patrick, congratulations, by the way. Another milestone. And I see Glenn, some of our nurses that are Greendoor nurses, and I see a lot of our nurses that are still in the pipeline. Ate Marilu, yeah, I'm inspired just looking at her, right? Just I want you to remember this. God's delay is not God's denial. Let me say that again. God's delay is not God's denial. So a lot of us siguro nag-aantay ng visa ninyo, or maybe yung opening. By the way, 2025, it's going to be a whole new exciting year. Not only for Greendoor, but of course for all of our nurses. So right now, I want you to start texting your friends about the opportunity here in Greendoor. And, you know, it's a brand new year coming in, and we want to welcome you guys. And don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Katulad din na sa inyo, immigrant tayo. I started from nothing. I became a nurse in 2008. You know, I just want to graduate, and, you know, hopefully I can get a great employer. So that's our job here. We want to make sure we got a qualified, ethical employer that we can present for you and your family. Remember, right? You're coming here You're coming in here, you're migrating with your family and your loved ones, with your dreams. Hold on tight on that one. So I want to congratulate everybody for an amazing event, amazing, podcast. Let's talk about healthcare, and let's get started. I want to bring it back to Julie and Joanne.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
Sir
you,
Mike.
thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much. I'd like to point out that was a very good point when he looked back at the video of Miss Marilu. God's delay
Is not God's denial.
What a beautiful, inspiring story. Truly, the Filipinos are resilient, Miss, no? And that was a perfect, inspiring story. And I know everyone is so inspired by that story, but even more inspired later with the three guests.
Yes, very much indeed.
That's right. And of course, aside from the inspiring stories and experiences that you will hear today, ladies and gentlemen, you will also have a chance to win because of our raffle. And with that, I know some of you've seen in our Facebook post the prizes that we have, but allow me to run it down. The prizes that we have, you can have for our Greendoor nurses, they have a chance to win an Apple AirPod 4, American Tourister luggage, On Cloud shoes, Garmin Vivo, Move Sport watch. Miss Joanne, can you share the unique thing about our raffle here in Greendoor? Very unique, trust me.
All right, so as you have seen it, we have these 4 great prizes that our Greendoor nurses can win. Now, we're not only letting you win one of those prizes, the twist that we have and what we're going to give our Greendoor nurses is that if your name is chosen and you get to be our raffle prize winner, you actually get a chance to choose which prize you want to win.
Choose.
I mean, where did that happen? You don't only get the good prize, but you actually get to choose which one you want to win. So if I were you, I'd stay and sit tight, because one of the mechanics that we have is you have to be on the show, on the segment, if your name is called. Otherwise, it will be forfeited and we're going to draw someone else's name. So, Julie?
That's right. Make sure that you stay throughout the session. And I know you guys will for sure stay, because trust me, this is very insightful.
Yes.
Our sessions will be insightful. So again, the prizes I mentioned are for our Greendoor nurses. But of course, everyone wins in this session, Miss, because our event guests, our guests who joined us, you guys can also win 1,000 pesos worth of Starbucks gift certificate. Wow, wow, wow. So again, please stay. Make sure you stay in the session, because when we announce the winner, we have to check. Are you there? We'll need you to chat in the chat box, or for the brave souls, you can unmute yourself. Please make sure to stay throughout the whole session. With that, very quickly, allow
Julie,
me to run through the raffle mechanics. So you might wonder, how can I win? So first off, you can see on screen eligibility for the major prizes, the 4 major prizes that Miss Joanne explained earlier. Those are exclusively available exclusively for our Greendoor nurses. Now, for the attendance, again, as Miss Joanne explained earlier, participants must be present during the event and logged into the Zoom session to qualify. So please make sure you have registered. The raffle wheel will hold all the names of those who registered before the session began. Okay? Now, valid address submission. All participants must provide a valid Philippine postal address, because prizes will be shipped to this address. See that? Iba talaga ang Greendoor, ladies and gentlemen. Your prizes will be shipped straight to you. Like, I'm in Cebu. If I get to win, can you please padala ito Talamban? So make sure you have Philippine postal
Ipa-maxim ko na
address.
lang, ha?
Yes, please po. I like all 4. All 4 talaga. Ayan, so cash option for overseas participants. Only participants residing abroad are eligible to claim their prizes in cash. So again, that's a cash option. And lastly, for our raffle mechanics, all other event guests. So for our event guests, who you guys have a chance to win 1,000 pesos Starbucks gift certificate. Wow.
I'm just going to add on to our number 4 criteria mechanics. So if you are based overseas, you do get an option to claim the cash value of the prize. However, if you want us to send the item to a postal address here in the Philippines, so whether you want to send it to a family or to friends, I mean, friends, quite generous. I mean, but who knows? It's Christmas. So if you want us to send it to a postal address here in the Philippines, you also have that option.
That's very nice. You see, in Greendoor, we truly care. We're not just thinking of ourselves or of you, but we're even thinking of your family, your friends that you might perhaps think, I probably would like this to be as a gift for my daughter in the Philippines, something like that. So truly, here in Greendoor, one of a kind. Like, to be honest, Miss Joanne, unique talaga yung raffle here. So
Yeah.
I would not want to miss this session. So go ahead and invite your colleagues, your nursing colleagues, or just your friends or family to join us in our session today. Okay, but enough of that, Miss Joanne. I know aside from the raffle prizes, people here want to listen to the stories. Let's get into the meat of it. Let's talk about our speakers and let's begin our actual Kumustahan session. Miss Joanne, who is our first speaker today?
All right. So as we promised, we do have 3 esteemed speakers for the night. So the first speaker that we're going to bring in, so Nurse Nads Gonzaga. So Nurse Nads has been working in an acute setting in the US. So we invited her today because we wanted the nurses to have a gist and knowing what it's like to work in an acute setting. We're very familiar working in the hospital, and I know that a lot of nurses do want to come in and work in a hospital setting. So we want to make sure that we give the right information. We want to give insights on what it's like to work in an acute setting, let alone a very highly acute setting, which is the ICU. So without further ado, I would want to bring in one of our esteemed guest speaker for tonight, who's going to give us a lot of information and a lot of insights about what it's like working in an acute healthcare setting. Nurse Nads.
Hi, how are you? Good
Hi.
morning, good evening, everybody, from wherever everyone is coming from. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
I know. So, can you share with us, Nurse Nads, where you're based at the moment? Because it's evening, as you can see out the window. It's nighttime outside, but it's very bright from where you're located.
Yeah, and it's nice and sunny out here. So I'm based in New Jersey. So it's currently 9:23 a.m.
Oh, nice. And it's cold. It's cold there, whereas it's quite scorching hot out here where we are in the Philippines.
It's pretty frigid here. It's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty freezing.
Oh, well, Nurse Nads, thank you so much for coming in and joining us for tonight's event. And I know there's just a lot of nurses actually are looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us. So, Nurse Nads has been working in different areas in nursing, all acute setting from her experience. So you did come from working in a medical surgical department. You've worked in the ICU for a good chunk of 5 years. You're currently working now in an ambulatory, correct me, was it an ambulatory surgical unit?
Surgery.
Is it? Yes.
Correct.
So
Yeah, it's an
very,
ambulatory
very
surgery
acute
center.
settings, but all different settings. Now, I want to focus on when you worked in ICU, because we have a lot of nurses that say, no, they want to work in an acute setting. And personally, I've worked in an ICU and I just feel like I just had fatter brain. I had a lot of skills working there. You know, you feel so skilled when you're working there, but what comes along with it? So can you tell us what led you to pursue a career in acute care, and how long have you been in this field?
Okay, so initially I started off my nursing career actually in med surg for about 1.5 years, which gave me a lot of excellent experience in terms of the foundations of my nursing skills. But then after obviously such time, I was ready to kind of further and hone my skills even more. And I was just asking myself, what's next for me? So I wanted to, and I think at that point in time, ICU seemed like the best next step for me in terms to do, for me to be able to do that.
So how would you describe the environment and the patient care dynamic in a special unit like the ICU?
So it's definitely a lot more fast-paced and a lot more hectic because of the patient acuity. You're dealing with, you know, a lot of different multi-systems really in compared to med surg that you're dealing with more patients, but they're less acute. Obviously, in ICU, patients are a lot more sicker. Pharmacology goes into play, time management and whatnot. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of multidisciplinary care that needs to go into ICU patients, and communication, really.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, because you do look after more critical patients. I know it's lesser load, but then you also have to look into it that there's more into your patient care that you're giving. But in saying this though, like how do the expectations for nurses in the ICU differ from when you were in med surg? Because you've been to both. I mean, I know a lot of nurses think that it's just because there's lesser patients, although they're more acute. But what do you think were the expectations of you being an ICU nurse, and how did it differ to being in med surg?
So technically, once you're in the ICU, you're considered at the highest level of care that in a hospital setting, really. So they depend on you to know and be able to respond to emergency situations. You know what I mean? Like other units, let's say med surg, would look to ICU nurses for assistance in terms of emergency situations. So it's definitely obviously more responsibility. There's that goes into it once you enter that field.
Did you have any trainings before you moved into the specialty unit?
Yes. So here in the US, I think if you're coming in, basic is about 12 weeks of ICU experience, and you kind of rotate between day shift and night shift. At least that was my experience back then. When I transitioned from med surg to ICU, it was about a 3-month training period for me.
Wow. Well, that's good, because you really want to make sure you get trained for it. I mean, it is quite an acute setting, and I feel like when you come into a unit that you don't have the skills in for yet, because you're basically jumping into unfamiliar waters, and having that training helps you. And I always say, and also to our nurses, I always say, training comes because it makes it safe. You make your practice safe when you're trained and when you're skilled in it. So, Nurse Nads, how does starting in the med surg or a similar unit help nurses build the foundation in moving to and being successful if they actually gradually move into a more acute setting such as the ICU, like you did yourself?
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I think my med surg training was so valuable in my transition to the ICU. It just kind of builds a nice foundation for you to hone your skills in terms of time management, getting familiarized with pharmacology, being able to communicate and be part of that interdisciplinary team that's obviously at a higher scale and a higher level once you move into the ICU. And obviously also starting to manage multiple patients and like varying degrees of patient acuity in the med surg setting, and then moving and kind of transitioning into a more acute and a more critical setting. I think that was very valuable for me, for sure.
So see, nurses, I know the good thing about nurses that we have in Greendoor, or that most nurses that we actually encounter coming from the Philippines, because of the nature of the setup we have here in the Philippines, wherein we start up working in a medical surgical department, I always say, that is the field and this is the start of you where you can hone your skills. I mean, don't discount your experience of, you're working in a med surg, you can't go into a different field. No, this is where you start building your skills, because you won't be able to build your ICU skills if you haven't done it elsewhere. So, Nurse Nads, thank you so much for sharing it with us. But do you have any message for our nurses who are watching our segment tonight?
Really just be patient and just enjoy the process too. It's all about learning, all about growth. Wherever you start in your career, there's always more, and there's a lot of different areas that you can go to. So it doesn't really matter so much as where you start. It's what you learn from where you start and where you take that knowledge and skills to further your career later on.
I know, because now you're not in ICU, you're actually working in somewhere else, and it's a different growth that you're having now in your career. So,
Yeah, so it's a
yeah.
different setting for sure. Yeah.
And you, by the way, just a quick question. Would you want to go back to ICU, or are you wanting to keep going and learning different skills now and while you're moving across different departments?
That's the beauty about nursing, really. There's so many different avenues that you can go to. And yeah, I mean, if the wind takes me back to ICU at some point in my career, I'm very much open to it.
Thank you, Nurse Nads.
course.
So, that's the experience that we wanted Nurse Nads to actually share with us. We want to make sure that nurses have got the opportunity to move from different departments to hone your skills and actually, learn different facets in nursing. That's the beauty about nursing. So, Julie?
Thank you so much, Nurse Nads. Nurse Joanne, I was listening to the both of you, and it's very interesting. In nursing, there are a lot of opportunities. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to learn and explore at these opportunities, and as Nurse Nads said, do not stop there and continue to learn and be open to new experiences. It will help you thrive and grow in your career. Very, very wonderful discussion that we have. Nurse Nads, thank you so much, but please stay with us because, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing our first round of raffle. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you can do the reaction. Can I see clap, clap, clap over there?
Let me do a bit of a virtual clap around here.
Virtual clap, everyone. Or heart, finger heart, something like that. Oh, very good. Thank you so much. Very good. Anyway, Nurse Nads, please stay because you will be announcing the lucky Greendoor nurse winner. But before that, we start off with our 2 lucky winners from our event guests. Again, these event guests have a chance to win 1,000 pesos worth of Starbucks gift certificate. Okay, for this round, we will be getting 2. So, let us see up on the screen our raffle wheel. There you will find the names of those who registered in the session before we started. Okay, let's start to pick.
By the way, before we just spin the wheel, so we have got the names of everyone who registered for our event.
Yep.
But once you get picked as the winner, we're actually gonna ask you to make sure that you either drop a heart or a thumb sign on the chat. We want to make sure you're on on live now on our segment. So otherwise, it's gonna get forfeited. So make sure you're on. We're gonna spin the wheel soon.
That's right. So again, when we call your name, please message us in the chat box, or if you are a very brave soul, go ahead and unmute and say, hello, I'm here. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start with our first winner for the Starbucks 1,000 pesos gift certificate for our event guests. Raffle wheel, go and spin. Okay, who is the lucky winner?
Let's see.
Who could it be? And the lucky winner is
Franly Ann Concepcion. Franly Ann, are you on? Let's have a look. Our team, our back-end team is looking if she's on. Franly Ann, are you on?
Are you there, Friendly?
Yay! Thank you, Friendly. Thanks for joining us. So, Starbucks certificate coming your way. Are you collecting the diary, the stamps for the diary? I know someone is.
For sure, Friendly, and will be collecting this because
someone in our team went down and grabbed Starbucks for everyone.
3 stickers left for her.
Yeah.
So perhaps you, Friendly, and you'd like to get those stickers. Now, Miss Joanne, we're going for our second win.
Okay.
Let's see the raffle wheel before we go to the grand prize for our Greendoor nurses. So for this one, for our event guests, let's see the raffle wheel. Okay, so one more winner for this particular draw. Okay, raffle wheel, go and spin. Who is this lucky winner? I know you guys are praying over there. Perhaps you've started a novena. Okay, here it is. Who is the winner, Miss Joanne?
Crystal Garcia. Crystal, are you on?
Crystal, let yourself be known. Message us in the chat box. Are you there? OMG, there she is. Yeah, that's her.
Crystal?
Yep,
Crystal Garcia, yes, hello.
congratulations.
Congratulations, Crystal. Now,
Thank you
So
po.
again,
Thank you po.
I'd like to reiterate, Miss, again, for those, don't worry to our other guests. Don't worry, we have another raffle draw. So make sure to stay.
I think just give us a minute. That wheel was girly. I'm just talking to the back end team. That was the green door. Was it the green door wheel? Crystal, stay there because we actually spun the green door wheel. And so it means that Crystal actually gets the Green Door Nurses special prize. So now we're asking the team to show up all the prizes that we have in store. Crystal, are you ready? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Oh, so Crystal is a green door nurse.
Crystal is a Green Door nurse.
So she wins this.
She's not
round.
winning a certificate. She's winning the Green Door Nurse prize. All right, Crystal, are you there?
So excited.
She's
for
okay.
Joanne.
Oh,
Hello
there
po.
she is.
Thank you po,
Hello,
thank you.
hello. Okay, now we are gonna show the prizes that you can win for tonight, and you get the chance to choose. There will be a 10-second timer, and while that's running, I need you to choose which item you want to win. Okay, are you ready? All right, now the
Yes po.
timer is going on now. Tick tock.
I want the Garmin watch.
Tick tock. All right. 3, 2, 1. And so, Crystal, what did you choose?
I like the Garmin watch po.
You want the Garmin watch? All right.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Hi, thank
Crystal.
you.
You have just won a Garmin Vivo Move watch.
Congratulations, Crystal. Such a lucky girl. One of our team in the back end. You want the Garmin. Congratulations, Crystal. Again, to our Green Door nurses, you can have the chance to choose any of the 4 prizes. Again, congratulations, Crystal. So since we already have
Yeah.
a winner for the Green Door nurse.
Yeah, we're gonna do the wheel for the Starbucks certificate for all other guests.
So Starbucks certificate. Can we bring back Nurse Nads to read
Yes.
the name? Nurse Nads, can we have you back? When the raffle wheel will spin, it lands on the name. It is your honor. It is your honor to announce the winner. Okay? Let's see
Sure.
the raffle wheel for the Starbucks. Here are our guests. Okay? Raffle wheel, go and spin.
Good luck. Nonoshita Yuki wins a Starbucks gift card.
All right,
Congratulations.
Yuki, congratulations. Wait, Yuki, are you on? Can you actually put it a thumbs up on the chat?
Are you there, Yuki? Congratulations. Your name was called by Nurse Nads.
Yuki.
Ayan, well, wait. There she
Yuki,
There
there
she
she
is.
is.
I love that everyone's on tonight. Well, this is just the first draw, and remember, we still have 2 more.
That's right. So congratulations to our winners. Nurse Nats, thank you for joining us. And please stay, okay? Because we have
Yes,
a panel
I'm here.
discussion. But thank you for doing the honors of calling the winner of our Starbucks
No problem. You're welcome.
prize. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations to our winners, to our guests, and our Green Door nurses staying with us right now in session. Don't worry, we have another raffle draw. Stay put for that one. And at this point, let's go on to our next discussion, Miss Joanne. Can you tell us who is our next speaker for today?
So before I introduce our next speaker, I actually want to give a reason why we're doing what we're doing tonight. So we wanted to share with our nurses what it's like, or give them an idea of what the U.S. healthcare settings are like. So everyone's familiar with working in a hospital. I've shared it before, but then there's a big knowledge of nurses are not aware of, which is working in a skilled nursing facility. And how did I come to know this? Is because when I do my interviews, the first thing I ask is like, are you familiar with the skilled nursing facility? And there's like, I've read about it, or no, I'm not familiar. So let's just say 70 to 80% of the nurses I speak with are not familiar with it. So skilled nursing facility, it's big in the US. And we wanna share this information with our nurses because we want them to know what are the options for them. And there's no better speaker to bring in than someone who's actually worked in a skilled nursing facility herself for a good 5 years, and she's worked up the ranks. So allow me and join me, everyone, in welcoming Nurse Therese Buen Consejo, who's coming in tonight to share her experience, to share her knowledge, and to share, what it's like to be working in a skilled nursing facility. Nurse Therese, welcome to tonight's event. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Someone won the Garmin. I know you like the Garmin too.
I know. Congratulations, Crystal.
Anyways, Nurse Therese, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I did share that, we want to make sure that we can give the information that a lot of our nurses are looking for, and who better to share this than you. So I'm not gonna delay, and I'm gonna go and start asking questions because I have a lot in store for you. So can you share with us what is a skilled nursing facility?
Yeah, so a skilled nursing facility is it's a facility that has long-term care and short-term care patients. These patients who are here in this facility, they're not sick enough to stay in the hospital, but they're also not well enough to go home. So they are transferred into this facility where they still require skilled nursing care.
Okay.
So we're particularly dealing with adults ranging from 35 up to 90s and 100.
Oh, okay. So now you got that was very clear, wasn't it? So they're not sick enough to be in a hospital, because in a hospital you need to have 24/7 doctors. You need to have an emergency setting. You need to have, I always say, imaging, CT scan, MRI, X-ray, should something happen, and operating rooms. So they're not sick enough to be there, but they're not well enough to go home. Nurse Therese, how did you begin your journey in a skilled nursing facility?
Well, I graduated nursing in the Philippines. I worked as a CPR instructor for a while, and I have no bedside experience in the Philippines. So when the opportunity came about to start my nursing career, I was offered a position in a skilled nursing facility through an agency, and I took that opportunity. My friends, including Nadina, who you spoke to earlier, they were already, working as nurses, and they encouraged me to take the NCLEX. And as soon as I passed, I grabbed the opportunity to take that nursing job in a skilled nursing facility. I didn't have an idea at the time, what it was, but upon research and, being oriented into the facility, regardless, I took that opportunity to start working as a nurse.
So what is the primary purpose of a skilled nursing facility, and what kind of patients typically receive care there?
So these are adults that are ages are ranging from anywhere from 35 to 90 years old. So we're majority of the population are elderly patients. But these patients still require skilled nursing care. So that's why it's called a skilled nursing facility, because you are not just watching over this elderly population. It still requires nursing skills, nursing assessment, and such.
What are your key responsibilities as a nurse?
So in the facility where I work at, a nursing unit consists of a head nurse, a charge nurse, and a medication nurse. So when I started working, I was a medication nurse, and of course I have to give medications to all my patients. The setting in a skilled nursing facility is that you have more patients, but it is not a critical care setting. So I would give medications, and then you also have patients who have G-tube. You have patients who need antibiotics through an IV, and you also need to provide wound care to the patients.
So that's why it says skilled nursing facility, because you do need nursing skills. I mean, when you're looking after gastrostomy tubes, I've heard some patients do have tracheostomies. They may have colostomies. They have drain tubes, or you have all these
midline
that you need skills. You need skills to actually deal with these contraptions. So in saying that, Nurse Therese, what are specific skills that you've honed while working in a skilled nursing facilities?
Yeah, so being that I did not have any bedside experience, I can't really compare it to working in a hospital. But I would consider myself a new nurse since it was my first nursing job. I was able to start from I mean, if you can imagine, if you start working in the US, there is going to be a communication barrier. You have patients who are Americans and you have all these different, cultures that you're dealing with. So I think communication and learning how to communicate with patients who are not Filipinos, that was a good, adjustment for me. But yeah, also, I really was able to hone also on the basic nursing skills that I have to know.
All right. So, how transferable are these skills to other areas of nursing, such as hospitals or working in an acute setting?
So, I think that, a skilled nursing facility is not an acute setting, but I realized that I still need critical thinking working there. I still need to be very adaptable to any changes that happens because even though it's not an acute setting, your patients can still become unstable. You will still need, to order X-ray or CT scan or suddenly need to insert an IV. So all these skills are very valuable to me because actually I just finished my work as a skilled nursing facility nurse and I'm ready to move on to working in the hospital, and I feel that I've maximized my potential there and I can move forward to a more acute setting.
See, so you just answered my next question, really. But what I wanted to ask is, how important is it, or how vital is it? We have nurses that I know that shifting from coming in the Philippines to the US, I want to go straight to an acute setting. I want to go straight to a hospital. And I always say, it's comparable sometimes where you've started. And if we deem you fit to start in a skilled nursing facility, we would suggest it that way. But, sharing with your experience, how important is it that, they were able to start off in a skilled nursing facility moving to an acute setting?
I think that as a new nurse in the US, in my experience, since I did not have any bedside experience, it was a very good stepping stone for me to adjust, working in the US. It was also the opportunity that was available at the point, so I took it.
All right. Well, thank you, Nurse Therese, for sharing your experience with us, and I hope what Nurse Therese shared with us gave us a good understanding of what a skilled nursing facility is, because I know that people always think, oh, it's like an aged care facility. We're getting more acute setting now in a skilled nursing facility. Like some SNFs actually have a subacute unit, so you're not gonna walk in there expecting that you would only be giving medication. You would be there caring for patients with clinical contraptions, and like she pointed out, now she's ready to move on to a more acute setting. So that gave her a good preparation to be in an acute setting. Don't jump into something that you don't have skills for. You're becoming unsafe. And that's the beauty about what we do at Greendoor. We make sure that you are safe in where we're going. So Nurse Therese, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and for sharing a lot of this information and insight to our nurses. If you have any questions, please put them on the chat box and we will have a panel discussion later on to discuss all of your questions. Once again, thank you and stay there.
Yes, because we are going to our output draw. Again, thank you, Nurse Therese. Very interesting take. I know there's a lot to take in, especially the skilled nursing facilities. So that is truly unique. Even myself, I don't know about that. So that was very helpful. I know a lot of our viewers and listeners found it a very valuable discussion earlier. So with that, again, for those who have questions, please leave them in the chat box. We will have a panel discussion later, so you can ask all the questions that you have in mind right there. Okay, now let's proceed to our second round of raffle. Okay, so again, Nurse Therese, I will call you for the grand prize for this round of raffle for our Greendoor nurse. But for now, we'll start off with our event guests. Okay, so raffle wheel. Let's start to spin it for our event guests who have a chance to win 1,000 pesos worth of Starbucks gift certificate. Okay, spin the wheel. Who's the lucky winner, Miss Joanne? Who could it be?
All right, let's see. All right, Renee Ashley Nuneza. Now is Renee here? Renee Ashley, I know she's here.
Are you there? Let yourself
All right, I
know.
need a thumbs up. OMG, thank you. Ashley, nice. Congratulations, congratulations. All right, next we have got another
We have a second
Yeah,
one.
we've got a second
Okay,
one.
raffle wheel goes
Okay.
Who could be the second winner, Miss Joanne? Who could the lucky winner be? One of our event guests. Who could it be?
Okay, we have got a winner. Rosalie Davila, are you on? Congratulations.
Are you there,
Can we look for Rosalie? Rosalie, I need a thumbs up.
Are you there?
Are you here? Are you here, Rosalie? Yes, she is. Thank you. All right, congratulations, Rosalie.
Congratulations. Now is the grand prize for our Greendoor nurses. I know the Greendoor nurses are waiting for their turn. This is your turn. Again, this is a very unique raffle. May we call back Nurse Therese? Again, Nurse Therese, as what we did with Nurse Nance earlier. We will do the raffle wheel. We will spin it, and you will do the honors of naming who is that lucky winner.
Or
Nurse Therese.
All right,
Okay, raffle wheel. Let's go spin it.
I'm excited.
okay, let's see.
Who could it be?
All right, all right, all right.
Congratulations, Mary Jane Gutierrez.
Mary
Congrats.
Jane, congratulations, Mary Jane. Are you on? Where are you?
Are you here, Mary Jane?
Is Mary Jane on? We're asking the team.
Is she here?
Mary Jane.
She has the option to choose from the four grand
Grand
prize. So,
We're just waiting for Mary Jane to hop on.
are you here, Mary Jane?
Mary, we're looking for you. All right, let's do a countdown. Is she on? If not, we're going to spin the wheel and we are going to choose another winner.
Okay, let's start the countdown,
Okay.
Miss.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, we're going to spin the wheel.
Nurse Therese will hit you back. Okay, so our lucky Greendoor nurses, you have a chance for this particular draw. Okay, let's go spin it.
Spin the wheel.
Make sure you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Who could it be? Nurse Therese. Don't forget. Who could it be, Nurse Therese?
Congratulations, Glenn.
Glenn!
Glenn.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, Glenn. Glenn is here. A heart and a thumbs up. All right, Glenn, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on live? You have to come on live. You're going to be picking your gift. All right.
Glenn, are you? I think he's preparing for his grand reveal. Grand reveal.
Glenn, can you hear us?
Yep. Can you hear me?
All right. All right. Now we are going to put out the prizes for you, and you will have 10 seconds to choose. Once the timer stops, you're going to tell me which prize you want to win, okay?
Sure thing.
Are you ready? Okay. Can we get the prizes out? And timer starts now.
What'll it be?
Mm-hmm. Think, think, think. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, Glenn, what are you choosing?
The on-cloud shoes.
On Cloud Shoes. Congratulations.
Good choice. I would choose that myself. Very comfortable, I have to say.
All right, Glenn, congratulations. On Cloud coming your way.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations. Thank you, Nurse Therese. Congratulations to all our winners for that particular draw. You guys are so lucky. Don't worry. Please hang on there because we have one more raffle draw. So watch out for that one. And now, Miss Joanne, we're down to our last speaker. And still very substantial information we're going to have with this speaker. A lot of discussions as well. Miss Joanne, who is our first speaker?
So our third speaker, one of our very special speakers for the night, is no other than one of our Greendoor nurses. And we are very, very proud to welcome this nurse who has gone through the whole journey of, going through the process with Greendoor, and actually now in California working as a medical slash behavioral nurse in one of the most prestigious hospitals in Los Angeles. So she's gone through the whole process, and there's a lot of challenges along the way. But like what Marilee did, she actually pursued, and there's still a lot of questions. There's still a lot of inhibitions and a lot of things that come their way, but she pursued through it, and we're very, very proud to say that she's very successful now. I've chatted with her before. Miss Joanne is quite overwhelming, but everyone's very supportive, and it's very heartwarming when you know that you've heard them before. They were just starting their journey, and then now they're actually there. So I want everyone to hear the story of one of our Greendoor nurses, because we can share to you all our successes in this company, but there's no better way to hear it than from someone who succeeded with us. So please join me, everyone, in welcoming one of our Greendoor nurses. We're very proud of her. We have got Nurse Aira Lorenzo. Hello, Aira.
Hello.
Good
Hi, Miss
morning.
Joanne. Good morning.
I know it's very
Good
early
morning
in
here.
LA.
Good evening po dyan.
I know. Thank you, Aira, for joining us tonight. Well, morning on your time, and we appreciate that you took the time off to join us, and we want you to share your story with our guests here. Because we want to make sure that they hear straight from someone who's done it. Aira, I'm gonna jump onto my questions in the essence of time, but Aira, can you briefly share with us your journey in becoming a USRN and working at LADMC?
I graduated actually, Miss Joanne, batch 2012 in Makati Medical Center College of Nursing. Then after that, I immediately applied for a nursing job. I got hired as a dental nurse. That was like 2 years in St. Luke's Medical Center in an Asian hospital. So after that po, I looked na for a bedside nursing experience. So I was blessed naman po. I got hired din sa Makati Med, and I had experience sa medical surgical ward in the neuro step-down unit. So basically, we handle stroke patient, post-surgical neuro patient. So that was my experience po sa Philippines in a clinical setting. Around 2017, when I prayed and asked the Lord kung anong next step on my nursing career, doon ko po nakita yung opportunity. On my case, nagkaroon po ako ng opportunity to become a USRN sa BPO setting, Miss Joanne. And I believe many nurses can relate na nagta-transition from bedside to BPO because there's an opportunity to be a USRN. Some BPO companies po kasi they sponsor scholarship for nurses to become USRN from PHRN po ano. So that was the opportunity given to me around 2018, 2019. So I got my license. It was actually a license po sa state pa po of New Mexico. Kaya nagulat po ako na dito po ako dinala ng Lord sa California. Ayun po, noong 2019 when I got my license, I worked for the BPO company. And then around 2021, when a friend of mine from California, messaged me that they saw that there's an opportunity to work, not particularly here po in this state. She just asked me to check this out and gave me po the link for the Greendoor application. And he introduced me to Sir Mike. So hi po pala Sir Mike. So he was actually the first one I was able to contact during that time. So I messaged him, Sir Mike, I would like to apply. I would like to know how. But during that time, I had no certain plans. I just told myself na, why not? Just try. kasi during that time, there was COVID po, di ba? So, na-miss ko din yung bedside. So, I just sent my application and I have thoughts pa nga po na, naku, BPO ako, so nagkaroon ako ng gap on my experience in clinical setting. So, baka I was quite discouraged. Pero apparently, Sir Matt actually called me during that time and told me, just apply, send your resume, send your application. Meron ka namang experience sa Makati Med, yun nga po. So, when I sent my application to them, I was messaged, I was emailed by the team and Miss Camille. I went through the process. They interviewed me. They got my profile. And when I got accepted, they even asked me kung anong unit yung or anong clinical setting yung I prefer to work. And they even gave me options on which state. So that's something na I was amazed dun sa assistance po na yun na ginawa ng Greendoor sa akin during that time. That was around 2021. And then, I just trusted the process, but I was among those who did po sa retrogression. So, it took a long time. The application started 2021. Pero 2024 na po na-lift yung retrogression on my batch, on my priority date. Pero ang amazing po doon, kung gaano katagal yung pag-aantay po namin, no? There was 3 years. May 2024, when I got my PD current. And then April, May, June, I got my visa, my interview in the embassy. And then June also, my visa got approved, and then I had my flight na po here papunta sa California na August. So in just a matter of kahit gaano pala katagal yung antay, with the right process and the assistance po na binigay sa amin ng Greendoor, in matter of 3 months, nandito na po ako sa California, sa Los Angeles po, and started my job last September.
Congratulations, Aira. So we're very proud. I know that it was a bit of a wait. But that's the thing. So I always believe in this thing that in everything that you do, if you do things right the first time, you only get to do them once. So like you said, once it happened, you did it right. Everything was right from the start. Everything was right, and then when things fall into place, dire-diretso. There was no having to do something else again. I have to reapply something. No, everything just went straight and smooth for you. I mean, for a timeline of getting an interview, your priority date becoming current, and then 3 months you're flying out to California. That's very fast. That's very quick. And that tells you with the kind of support that you were also getting. So thank you for the kind words that you've shared to everyone about Greendoor. We're very, very happy about that. Now, I know that you've only recently moved. You arrived in August. You were picked up. I remember you got picked up in LA. And then September, you already started working. So, nung nagsimula ka dito sa US, how was it? Or kamusta naman yung transition mo? Because I know that it's a lot. You did say, even if you work in the Philippines, how was it transitioning and working in the US?
At first po, parang kinabahan ako kasi of course it's a new environment, but I'm blessed din po kasi I was hired sa hospital na marami pong Filipino. So the Filipino community was there. Filipino nurses was very supportive. My nurse manager and even my preceptor was a Filipino. So they assisted us with everything on how to adjust, especially in the work setting. One of my challenges pa din po siguro yung pagdating po sa yung documentation na tawag po dito yung online na po, everything is online, everything is electronic. So that's something na I have to adjust some things na hindi ko po na experience in the Philippines. But then yun nga po, I'm blessed na I have a Filipino community here na co-nurses po na Filipino. that assisted us. And even po yung siguro sa personal po yung transition from looking for a home, for a house, for a place. I remember sinundo po kami noon ni Miss Sigrid from the airport. And then, dinala po kami sa housing na provided po ng hospital. So isa po yun sa pinaka-major adjustment. Since I'm alone here, I don't have a family, even friends, wala pong close friend. Dito ko na po na-meet yung mga kaibigan ko. But that po, yung support po na natanggap ko sa Greendoor for finding a home, yun po basically isa po sa malaking adjustment, and very grateful po ako about that.
Oh, thank you, Ira. It's good to hear that you were well supported when you came on, because I know it's not easy. Hindi madali yung lilipat ka na wala kang kilala, wala panibago lahat sa buhay mo. I mean, it's a big leap when you're not only changing, work, you're moving countries. And yun yung support na, we're very proud to give at Greendoor. When you come on, we get things in place for you so that when you come on, it's less overwhelming. It makes it easier. It's never easy when you start something like that, but it makes it easier. Aira, the last question I want to ask you is, how did your work experience help you prepare for the transition that you had in the US?
Oh, yeah, definitely po. Malaking tulong yung experience ko sa Makati Med. Even I had a gap. Siguro yung of course, yung sinasabi din po nila Nurse Therese, nila Nurse Nads, yung clinical skills, it's very important na pagdating natin dito, we have at least the basic clinical skills that we needed, because of course, we'll handle patients. And one thing nga po na experience ko, which is different from the Philippine setting, we directly report, or give our assessment to the primary physician. So, di ba po sa Philippines, I remember we speak to the residents, the resident doctors, and they're the ones na po nag-relay sa primary physician. But we directly, here in the US setting, we directly give the assessment that we have for our patients, and they even ask our recommendations. The doctors even ask our recommendations on the care plan, on what do we think we can do for the patient. So yeah, my even though it was a short experience lang dun sa clinical settings sa Philippines, it helped me a lot. It prepared me. It actually gave me the confidence to take care of my patients and to correlate with my colleagues as well. So I think it's very important that we gain experience, even though of course I know po kasi the challenges sa Philippines na kailangan kaya nagka-transfer sa BPO setting, because we know na medyo mas malaki po yung offer doon. But I remember yung mga batchmate po kami noon na wala pong experience with the clinical setting pa na nasa BPO. Nagpa-part-time po sila noon. So, they tried to manage everything para po pagdating dito sa Amerika, meron na po silang experience that they need.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we want to share with our nurses, because when you come in, that brings a level of confidence. And at the same time, when you come in, especially when you go to an acute setting like the hospital, they don't train you to become an RN. They train you with their system, like when you say everything's digital and everything's online, they train you how to do that. They train you about the policies and the procedures. They train you with the process of how things are done in their facility, but they're not training you on how to become a registered, because it is expected that you are a registered nurse. So the amount of experience you have and the skills that you gain working in a bedside does help. It's a star under your belt. It's something that you take with you. So thank you, Aira, for sharing that. Do you have any message for all the other nurses that are watching our show tonight and our event?
Siguro po, I will just congratulate them, kasi I know, I believe, even yung pagpunta pa lang po dito sa event natin, it's a start already. And I would like to thank po especially the Greendoor team sa lahat po ng ginawa nila na help for our batch, for Attorney Carmen, Miss Joanne, I saw Miss Camille, Miss Sigrid, Miss Girly, Sir Mike, sa lahat po ng help na ginawa niyo po sa amin. And totoo po yung sinabi ni Sir Mike kanina, God's delay does not mean denial. We should just trust the process, and we know na may better plans po ang Lord para po sa atin lahat. Thank you po, and God bless for everyone.
Aira, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming in the early hours, and I know it's your off today, and you came in to join us in our event. And I mean, who better than Aira to share that kind of experience? When you hear it direct from one of our nurses, then you know that it's real. And we're very proud to say, though, that at Greendoor, yes, we are advocates for our nurses. We are nurses in our team as well. We're all immigrants, and that's the reason why we put our heart into what we do. So that actually wraps up our third speaker, Julie.
And perhaps we have some people who have questions. Again, thank you, Nurse Aira. Very good insights. I know people are also wondering what's gonna happen if I go there in the US. But with her story, everything will be fine. We have the Greendoor team. We have the Greendoor family who will help you through your nursing journey. And again, as we mentioned earlier, if you have questions, please drop it in the chat box. Miss Joanne, we have a question here. Was answered by Miss Curly, but perhaps we can read it and maybe you have some insights to share. Her question from Pearly Balili of Gensan. My question, I passed my NCLEX RN last July 2024 with 1 year experience in a tertiary hospital, particularly in a medical unit, but with a gap of 1 year and 7 months. Is there a chance I will deploy in hospital? I know for sure we have listeners who have the same question. Miss Joanne, what's your take on that?
So this is a case-to-case basis, and this is basically what I do. So when you send your resume to us, and then everything is in place, we now schedule you with a screening call with me. So the interview that I do now delves deeper into your working experience. Yes, you may have only a year and a half, or maybe a year experience, and you may have had a gap, but this is now a way for me to assess, while you were working, what skills have you developed? And what skills do you have? What kind of patients did you look after? We don't only look at skills, we look at the totality of our nurses, because at the end of the day, we also want to choose the Greendoor nurses because, we want to make sure you've got the character for it too. We want to make sure that you're nurses who have the passion to do nursing. And this is why when we do our screening, we can look into these things. I never gauge, you have to have 5 years, you need to have 10 years, you need to have 1 year. It's every nurse is different. I have had nurses who may have more years but just don't have that confidence, or when they work they weren't able to build enough skills, and so we direct them into a different facility, not an acute setting. But then with someone who may have a year experience, like what Aira said, she worked in Makati Medical Center, she only had a few years experience, but when she had her interview, she did have that skill in her. And then another thing that you can do is the processing coming here in the US may take a bit of time. I always, suggest to nurses and encourage nurses, go back into the bedside setting whilst you're waiting for for you to come to the US, or try to go back to the clinical setting. So yes,
bedside setting.
Yes, so send through your resume. I know our staff has already been in touch with you, and then I'll see you in a call sometime.
That's right. So very nice point that you raised, Miss. Truly, to all our nurses, if you have inhibitions, questions, or doubts, message us. It was a beautiful discussion earlier, and the video from Miss Marilu, they just sent out the resume, they just try. Diba? There's nothing wrong with trying. Maybe you're trying will lead you to the US.
Yes. Do we have any other questions? And if not, those who may have questions in the future, you can send us an email. You can actually contact us directly at hello@greendoor.global. You can email me if you want. It's joanne@greendoor.global. So we have our website out there as well if you want any more information. Do we have more questions in there, or anyone want to ask anything to our panel of speakers?
No questions in the chat box, but again, we are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. Send us messages. Everyone in the team is taking care of you. We'll answer your questions. But with that, Miss Joanne, let's proceed to the last.
Yes.
Last raffle
We're nearly done.
We're nearly done, and I know everyone's looking forward to this. Now, for this one, we start off with our guests. We have one more winner. One more winner. And again, Nurse Aira, please stay. I will call you so you can announce the Greendoor nurse who will
Yes.
win later in the major class. Okay, one winner from our guests to win 1,000 pesos Starbucks gift certificate. Okay, raffle wheel, spin it. Let's see who is the lucky winner. 1,000 pesos worth of Starbucks gift certificate. Okay. This is it. Miss
Here we
Joanne,
go.
who is the lucky winner?
All right, Rochelle Romero, congratulations. Rochelle, are you here? Can you drop a thumbs up on our chat box? Rochelle?
Rochelle, are you there?
All right, she's here. She's here. I love it.
Congratulations, Rochelle. Lucky you. It's gonna be caffeine mix all for worth 1,000 Starbucks.
Our team's going to be in touch with you shortly. All right, Ira, stand by. You will be calling out our last lucky Greendoor nurse winner. So
Nurse
let's.
Ira, can we have you back with us so that we will get the lucky winner, the last winner for this draw. This is going to be our last draw. So to all our Greendoor nurses, get ready. You might
All right,
be the lucky winner. Okay, let's see our, I think, is Nurse
Ira, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
now we're just going to spin the wheel and then Ira can call out the name.
There it is.
All right,
Okay.
last one, last winner.
Spin the wheel.
All right.
It's the lucky winner, the last one for today.
So, congratulations, Christine Dumani. Congrats po.
All right,
God bless po.
Christine. Congratulations, Christine. Are you on? Hi, Christine. Congratulations on winning. Now, we are going to bring out the prizes. Are you on, Christine? Are you happy to go on? Yes, you're here. All right. Let's highlight Christine. There she is. How are you? Kamusta,
Hi,
kamusta?
hi, hi,
I know
Miss
it's-
Joanne. Hi, everyone.
I know it's been a while since we last chatted. How's the wait going?
Yeah, just waiting.
Okay, but we're excited. All right,
Yes.
Christine. Now, in 10 seconds, you will let us know which prize you'll choose, okay?
Okay.
All right. Timer starts now.
Uh,
10. Okay, 8, 7.
what's left? So I will take the AirPods, maybe.
Timer stops now. The thing about this is you want the AirPods? Is that what you want? Because you can actually choose any item regardless if someone already chose it.
okay. Oh, I
I
thought
think if you
one
didn't
for
know,
each
okay.
item.
So even if someone chose the OnCloud and the Garmin, that's still
Mhm.
available. So you get to choose which price you want to win. Did you have one in mind?
On cloud. I think.
You want the OnCloud.
Yeah.
All right then, congratulations.
Congratulations. That's a good choice. I'm on Cloud 10.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss.
Congratulations, Miss Christine.
All right.
For that one.
Oh, so we have got another questions. Yuki, because we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna have to we're gonna get our team to get on your question so we can directly connect with you. Let me just see. Okay. Good.
So Yuki will reach out to you on that question. Thank you so much for submitting that question. Definitely, Miss Joanne and the team will reach out to you. Miss
Yes.
Joanne, we're down to the end of our session.
I know, and
Anything to say to everyone who's joined us today?
well, first of all, thank you so much. I know we went over an hour. I mean, come on, it's 19 past 11, and we went over an hour, but it's good to see that everyone is still here. And on top of, getting prizes and having the raffle, I know that everyone actually stayed because we had a very insightful evening.
Yep.
So I just want to, thank you everyone who's come on and who's listened. And this is what we wanted to share with you. We wanted to share with you what the different healthcare settings are in the US and to give you a better understanding of what it's like working in an acute setting in a skilled nursing facility and what it's like to be here already. So, it's different in ways, but it's the same in others. But the main part about it is, with everyone, the common thing that I've heard is like you just got to start somewhere. Regardless of, whether it's you start dreaming again, or you start with taking your NCLEX, or you start submitting that resume, you start in a skilled nursing facility, you just got to start somewhere. And I hope that all our nurses who are here tonight, those who are already with us, well, thank you. And by the way, we are creating a group chat for all our Greendoor nurses. So please, please, please check your emails, because we're trying to stay in touch with you. We're going to create that community so everyone can talk to each other, and everyone can actually, if you want to ask questions, you want to get in touch with someone who's here, someone who's still waiting, we want to create that environment for you. So once again, thank you for the 3 speakers that actually, joined us and, shared their insights with us for tonight. And in saying that, I want to bring on our Vice President for Business Development, Mike Austria, to close our event for tonight. Thank you. Kevin Halias.
Hello. Wow, what a wonderful event. Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Julie, again. Nice to see Aira. Nice to see everybody. Therese. Have a wonderful Christmas, and excited for everyone for what's to come for our brand new year for everybody. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for supporting Greendoor, by the way. God bless.
I know. Thank you so much,
sir.
everyone.
Thank you so much, Sir Mike. Thank you so much, Miss Joanne. Again, everyone, please don't forget to follow us on our social media sites, Facebook and Instagram. Check out on our website. Please, we have a lot of announcements for future Kumustahan events. Please check out our social media sites. Again, thank you so much for joining us in this session. We look forward to seeing you in our next sessions next year. Again, my name is Julie, your host for tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.